All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Salt and Sass. My name is David. So you're probably wondering, what is David doing here? Well, Mandy and Suzanne, this is their channel. They are Salt and Sass. Not available this week, off doing their own things out in the world. So I'm sort of stepping in for the week and doing a few extra solo games. I will be doing this on a weekly basis, though. Usually about one a week, maybe two. Who knows? Depends on how I feel. Yeah, expect to see more of me here on the channel, but also make sure to follow us on YouTube as well. A lot of things will be moved over there once we are done. I want to say welcome to chat. Hello, Tangy Poo and James. Also see a Peter walking. Peter says he misses Mandy and Suze. Well, I am a poor replacement, but I will do the absolute best that I can. I think we're going to have fun tonight. This one's interesting. I've been looking forward to playing this for a while. This game is called Soldiers. I just realized I've been calling this the wrong name all week. This is Soldiers in Postmen's Uniforms. I think I've been calling this Postmen in Soldiers Uniforms. You get the idea. We have postmen who are double duty as soldiers. And the story of this is actually based on something that occurred in history. It was the very beginning of the Second World War. German forces tried to take over multiple spots in Danzig, Poland. And they were thwarted here at the post office for a day, basically, until they were flushed out. But what we're recreating here is that event. We have to survive the day and then try to escape with as many people as we can. Repelling German forces, just surviving, making sure the civilians don't get killed, and keeping all of our postal workers and everybody safe and happy and free and out the door, if possible. A little bit of a heavy content, but I think the game itself is going to make it worthwhile. James says, I have this solo game coming in the mail. Cannot wait to see it. Fantastic. Have I tried Castle? I have not tried Pavlov's House. I know that one is very highly regarded among solo gamers. I heard about this one before I heard of that one, though. So this is one I've had on my backlog for a little while. So we will be playing this tonight, but I am very interested in Pavlov's House. Depending on how this goes, I may be picking that one up soon, so I can solo that for you guys. But I have tons of other things that I'm looking forward to doing solo very soon. What's coming up soon? Actually, I'm doing Spirit Island soon. I just did Ares Expedition. I'm gonna do the solo for Creature Comfort soon. We did that 2-player recently, and there is a solo edition of that game that I wanted to give a shot, just so you can see that as well. And I will be doing that soon. What else do I have sort of in the pipe, so to speak? I don't know. My mind's blanking at the moment, but I've got a ton of other really great things coming up soon. Shores of Tripoli. Yes. They actually sent me a copy. They're doing a tournament right now, and unfortunately we were not able to coordinate getting the game here before the tournament started. I believe it is still in progress, though. I hope to do that Sunday, but that's not for sure. But we'll see. I may have to bump something else out of the way to get that done as soon as possible. But suffice to say, there's a lot of really great content coming up soon, not just with myself, but also me and Mandy are doing stuff, and of course Mandy and Suzanne are also have things in the books. I don't know what Ashley's up to. Have not seen her in a while, but I am sure she'll be on the channel again as soon as she can. So, what else we got here? Really neat bit of history. Love Ares Expedition solo. So fun. I did not do a good job. I have to say that was really hard. It's really hard to terraform Mars by the end of turn 25, I think it was. I learned a few things doing the solo mode on stream, but good lord, I did not do a good job. I think I got to the end of the heat track. I had 3 oceans up, and I was maybe halfway on oxygen. Not a good showing, but I hope to do that one again soon. James says, Shores of Tripoli looks fantastic. Yes, it does. Also says, I just ordered a few Holland Spiel games, so spent gaming budget for a bit. Yeah, I understand that completely. I just recently had to go through my games, and unfortunately this included games I hadn't gotten around to playing yet. I now have about 8 bins of stuff I gotta sell soon. So, if you follow me on Twitter, I'm going to be doing probably a local auction first, just because that's easier and shipping prices are outrageous right now. I have to be honest, this game kind of made me think of, the folks out in Ukraine. I'm sort of the mind to maybe do like a charity stream of some sort, but that's sort of new in my brain. So let me think on that a little bit longer. I'll give you some more details, but I may be doing a giveaway in support of that. Played solo for and only got 1 win. Wow, yeah. So, but yeah, this game really made me think of what's going on in Ukraine. I mean, you see just a lot of just very normal people kind of living out their lives. There's actual civilians, which are they don't give you first names, but I believe it is 2 women. It might just be like a husband, wife, and a daughter, but they're just happen to be living in this building. Just normal people just living their lives out, and they are under attack. They're, very similarly to what's going on in the world right now. It's unfortunate, and it's a scary place to be, and we are very fortunate that, we are not ourselves in that situation, but others are, we need to remember them and think about them. Yeah. So, what is everybody up to? What have you guys been playing? James, what is the current solo challenge you guys have going on? For anybody who isn't familiar with James Brazil, him and Legends DM, both of them are regulars in the Twitch community, do a solo challenge. I believe it's over on Ruel's Discord channel. And I also wish war was not a thing. That is a fact. I don't have a chat on the screen. Unfortunately, Mandy only made me an editor, not a manager, so I can't put chat on the screen in my overlay. We'll work it out, but if you're watching this later on YouTube and you're wondering who I'm responding to, this was recorded live on Twitch, and I am responding to chat live time, or in real time, so yeah. Sagrada Solo. Do I have Sagrada? Of course I have Sagrada. I've got Sagrada. That's very cool. I need to check that challenge out. I'm not very good about Discord and keeping up with that, but I've been thinking about starting my own server, so I should probably get a little bit better with it. But that's exciting. So, Ruel Gaviola, look him up on Twitter. Find his Discord, pop on there, and you can find those solo challenges. And that sounds like something. How long is that going for? I might try to do that soon so I can kind of jump in on it and participate. I know I keep saying that. I have good intentions. I really do. I really do want to participate in one of these. But, I'll have to try to do a little bit better to make that happen. I want to get that for Switch, but not sure. Get what for Switch? Is Sagrada on Switch? That's amazing. All right, let's get to this game. No, that's the wrong thing. Hold on a second. Here we go. All right. So this is a glossy board. I did what I could to reduce the glare. Unfortunately, that means the board is not as in focus as I would have liked, because I had to kind of, fiddle with the exposure and other things. And so some of the colors don't pop as much as I would have liked. I do still have a glare here, which unfortunately I can't do anything about. I have to have some light in the room so that you can see me and so that you can see the board. I try to make it as indirect as possible, but I couldn't make it too indirect or you just wouldn't be able to see anything at all. I think I actually thought of a solution if I had to do this again. Another thing sort of impeding me is that this is a very long board, if you can see, and it's very narrow, so that also sort of makes it difficult to fit on screen, in addition to other things. So if it's not very, if you're watching on phone, I apologize. I know this isn't as clear as I would normally like, but I did my best. Spray some matte finish on. I thought of, that contact paper I thought of like, if I had some contact paper, I could have just like put it over top, and you'd still be able to see through it, like if you got the clear kind, but it would cut the glare. But yeah, this is a very glossy board. It's not. I don't want to like knock on the production of it because I know this was a cheaper game. I believe this is a smaller game studio. It's not one that I've heard of before. Dan Ryder Games, I believe. Not Dan Ryder. Dan. I can't see. There's no light. Dan Verson Games. Yeah, who I've not heard of before. So I assume they are a smaller publisher. Everything in here is fine, honestly. I mean, it's kind of your typical. You have, very war gamey kind of like cardboard chits. But, it's fine. They're fine. They're actually, they're good, solid cardboard. Nothing wrong with that. These games are so overproduced these days anyway, I can appreciate this. Everything is fine. I wish the board wasn't glossy, but, other than that, I don't have any major complaints about that. I wish the card stock was a little better, but again, for the price and the fact that this is from a smaller publisher, not a huge complaint. That's usually a final thoughts thing, but there you go. Kind of jumped the gun a little bit. Peter says, I've only used it on paintings, not on game boards, but it might work. I think it would probably mess the board up, to be honest. I think it'd probably mess the board up, but yeah, it's fine. Diverse in games, DVG, all war game companies are small even compared to other board game companies. Absolutely. And I've only, this is the first one of theirs I've been familiarized with. I know there's Pavlov's House and some of the other games by the same designer. The designer, by the way, is David Thompson. I'm sure he'll watch this at some point. He said he would not be able to check in this evening, unfortunately. But hopefully he'll be able to watch this on YouTube in the future. He designed War Chest and Undaunted, which are two games that we actually streamed last year, Mandy and I, and both enjoyed very much. So I wanted to check out some of his other designs, and I know he's been getting into more of these kind of solo war games. So here we are. All right. So how does this game work? I am going to have to consult the rule book from time to time. There are very specific ways that some things have to be carried out. I will try to do it as minimally as possible. I did read the rules several times before starting this, but I don't think it'll be possible for me to get to the end. I want to make sure that I'm doing it correct, or at least as correctly as possible, to keep it in the spirit of the game, and so that I don't mess up anybody who may want to play this later and may be sort of using this as a guidepost. Although I will say this is not meant to be a tutorial. Hopefully I can give you an idea of how the game plays by the time we're done. And hopefully we'll have the rules correct enough to where, if that's what you are using this for, it'll be as accurate as I can possibly get it on a live stream. All right? Tangy Poo says, I think you're a game encyclopedia, James. That is fair. I have both War Chest and Undaunted. I think everybody should have those games. I don't know about everybody. I think everybody should have War Chest. It's so good. It's abstract. It's definitely abstract. It's like chess abstract, but it doesn't feel like it. Because most games like that just completely make my brain turn off. Recently we played That Time You Killed Me. Which is, it was very abstract. It's on 3 boards, and there's like time travel, and you're pushing people into bushes. My brain completely shut off during that game. I was just like, what? What is happening? Didn't like that one. It's a good game. I think it's a good design. It's just not for me. War Chest, on the other hand, is one of the very few abstracts that works with my brain, and I'm able to enjoy. I think it's fantastic. I know a lot of people don't have room for 2-player games in their library, but I think it's a very good 2-player game. I think it's a very good abstract. So that's my little plug for it. Undaunted, I think, is a little more specific for a certain type of gamer, but I think it's a very accessible. I don't want to call it miniatures because it's really more like cards, right? Do you use tokens in that? I don't remember. It's been such a long time since I've played, but I do remember the gist of it. We had a lot of fun with it, so it was a good time. And that should be up on the YouTube if you've not seen it yet. James, by the way, I have not sent you your postcard yet. I'm so sorry. I've been super busy. In addition to doing extra streams this week, I've also been trying to kind of like plan and get a local meetup started again. I was doing that before COVID. Now I want to pick that back up. I will have that to you soon. It'll be a surprise, and you'll be like, hey, what's this? Why is there this weird camel on the back of it? And you'll be like, all right, that eclectic camel guy. All right, let's hydrate. All right, where are we? So I am going to do a little bit of the overview out of the rule book for your sake and mine, just to kind of get myself in the right headspace, and just so you guys know what is happening. So this side of the board over here is kind of the outside of the building. If you can see this L-shaped thing here, that is the building that we are located in. These spaces over here are our 3 floors. We have the basement here in this section. Above that is the ground floor, and then we have the upper floors. I know the colors are a little washed out, but here you sort of have a red line of buildings, or I'm sorry, rooms. Here you have sort of like a light blue. This is like a purple-ish. Is that the same shade as this? I guess, yeah, these are the same shades. So this and this are the same shade, and this strip of orange and this are also the same. The relevance of that is for purposes of line of sight. There are also other effects and other things in the game that you have to specifically be in the same color zone for. So I guess if you're... I'll have to look that up, but does that mean for line of sight I can shoot through the floor from the basement up to the ground floor? Or does line of sight specifically on the same floor? Because you could shoot out here. There's my first question. I'm gonna have to look up in the rule book. But line of sight is based on matching colors, so I'm going to assume I can shoot through the floor until the rule book tells me otherwise. Anyways, I digress. I'm getting off on a tangent here. And so you'll notice outside we have a lot of the same colors. We have that same light blue out here. Yes. So people who are in this light blue section on the very top floor here are able to target things in this section, and so on. We have 3 riflemen out right now. We have one here, and one here. They will, if you ever played Legends of Andor, this actually kind of reminded me of that a little bit. These riflemen are going to move forward as other things are put in the same spot. So once another rifleman or another unit is spawned here at the 5-6 spot, for example, he's going to move forward. And they're going to keep moving forward until they get into the building. There are barriers to prevent them, but we'll talk about that as we get to them. But this is where our 3 starting enemies are going to be. It seems as if these 2 are on the roof, which seems weird to me, but this fellow is trying to get into the ground floor, and this fellow over here is trying to get into the basement. We want to try to keep people out. I don't think that is possible. They are eventually going to start coming in through the entrances. Once they do breach certain areas, they're going to come in through the entrance based on where they're coming from, and they are going to kill people on their way in. Every time you lose somebody, well, not every time. If they have this fellow, for example, this postal worker, I try to get him as close to the camera as I can. I meant to do green screen again, but here we are. This fellow here, he's noticed that -1 on the second white rectangle on the little bar on the side there. That means if he dies, you're going to lose a morale. Whereas this fellow here, pull it a little closer, he has no such penalties. So, but he is the better fighter out of the 2. You'll notice he had a 2 versus his 1. He's better at taking out German targets than this other fellow, and when he dies, he's going to drag your morale down. Morale starts over here at 9. As we go down, we're going to start at emboldened. We're going to get to shaken until we are panicked. And once our morale hits 0, that is the end of the game, and we've lost. So we don't want that to happen. So we're trying to keep morale up. because we don't want to lose that way. We're trying to keep as many German soldiers out of here as possible because they're going to kill people and drag our morale down. And, alright, hold on. Right. So there's going to be multiple phases. There's going to be an enemy phase where they're doing their thing. We're going to have a defense phase where we have the opportunity to counterattack or move, sort of deal with what's on the board. There's going to be a clearing phase where various counters and other things are going to be dealt with. If there are enemies in the post office during this phase, they will kill people on the floor based on how many of them there are. So you definitely want to try to keep them out as much as possible. If by the time you get to the end of the clearing phase, if there is I believe they're meant to be officers, if there is a German officer outside, and you have people soldiers on the inside of the building, you have to go through the wave all over again. And this game goes through 3 different waves, so initiating an extra wave to go through without any chance to sort of build things back up, that's rough. So we want to keep them out. We definitely want to keep any officers off the table. If they hit, we need to take them out as soon as possible. And yeah, that's what we're juggling. We want to keep these people alive, folks. We want to do our absolute best. We're going to lose folks. We don't want that to happen. But we're going to try. We're going to try. All right. So, very beginning, we're going to do our enemy phase. We're going to resolve 5 enemy cards. Right. There is a little question I have about the game, but I'm just going to move on and not worry about it too much. How is everybody? That makes sense. I know I kind of went off on a few tangents here and there, but I hope you got the overall idea. Certain things we will just deal with as they come up. There are howitzers and grenades and barriers and just all sorts of, nasty things that are coming down the line. I figure I will just deal with them as they pop up, but I hope you get the idea that we are trying to survive. The German soldiers trying to come in. They're trying to prevent them from getting in. And, just making it overall easier for ourselves to make it to the end of the day. The end of the third, which would be the end of the third wave. All right. So, for the enemy phase, we have to survive 5 cards. Right. We resolve 5 enemy cards. All right. So, for our first one, we have a rifleman. Roll in place. Okay. So we're going to roll this. And we roll a 4. And what that means is this spot here is labeled 3-4. So a new rifleman is going to hit here. And that means he's going to move this other rifleman forward. And they are slowly making their way to the basement, and we want to keep that from happening. All right, that was card number 1. Currently, just to make this clear, they are prevented from moving forward by a barrier. I know it's very hard to see, but I believe, actually, once we get to this point, is it once we get to this point, or is it when he has to move past that point? I'm sorry, give me one moment. Barriers. Barriers. The first time an assault counter, and that means any of the soldiers, reaches a space adjacent to a barrier, take the matching grenade bundle card and shuffle it into the current deck. So what that means is for round 1, there are 3 grenade cards. And we're going to shuffle those into our first deck, basically. So, Tangy Poo, what have you been playing lately? I know you're fairly new on the game scene. Have you been able to get some in-person games going? Are you playing on BGA with friends? Let us know. And has anybody played this before? If you play this before, fantastic. I might be asking you questions. Meant to get was not able to get a play-in of this prior to this, so this is my first. This is my first play. I will be giving first impressions at the very end, but here we are. All right, so that's one. That's one card. We're good to go so far. Second card is a submachine gun person, a SMG. You ever play Borderlands? I love the SMGs in Borderlands. Fantastic. All right, and we're gonna roll a 1 through 6. All right, this is not good. They are focusing here. So what's gonna happen is this rifleman's gonna move forward, and he's gonna kind of just hang out with this other rifleman. He's not gonna move on yet. The SMG fellow is gonna plop down here. Now, this isn't. Now they're not advancing, but this isn't good because what's going to happen is a grenade is eventually going to come up. It is going to tear this wall down, right? And once that happens, it is going to cascade so that all of them sort of start piling into the post office over here. We don't want that to happen. Tangy Poo says, "Have not played anything for a couple weeks now. That's unfortunate. It's hard to get games played sometimes. You know, when I moved to Los Angeles, God, almost 6 years ago now, and I had a really hard time finding a group of people to play with here. And you wouldn't think that'd be the case, right? I mean, you think it's Los Angeles. There's got to be a group everywhere. And there are a lot of groups, but a lot of them play like party games or like word games or just, you know, stuff that's very light. And there's nothing wrong with that if you like those sort of things. I prefer something a little bit meatier. And some groups just were flat out just not friendly. And so the reason that I started a meetup was because I couldn't get games played any other way. And, you know, I found other people who were sort of like mind as me, who like the same kind of games. I made a lot of friends here locally, and it really just turned out to be a great situation. So I don't know what I'm saying other than, from my experience, sometimes you have to make those opportunities happen. You don't have to start a meetup per se, but, you know, maybe just do, you know, if you have a friendly local game store, maybe you can see you can coordinate with them and get like a board game night going or something. Might be something that works out for you. Might be a great way to, you know, make friends and meet some folks in your area. James says, I have an in-person meetup that I'm going to on Wednesday. First time to try in-person meetup in about 3 years. That sounds about right. Well, I wish you luck. I hope they are friendly. I hope they treat you right, and I hope you get some good games played. Yeah, absolutely. Have fun. That sounds awesome. I wish I could play on BGA, but my internet stinks. Yeah. You know, you can always play async. And asynchronous means that, you know, you're not playing real time. You're sort of playing at your own pace. Most of them are, you know, you can have them set to, you know, you only play 3 or 4 times a day. That way your internet speed is not holding up anybody else. So something to consider. I'm always playing on BGA, so you're welcome to look me up at Eclectic Camel on BGA, and you know, send me a friend request, and we can get some games going. And that goes for anybody. Anybody is free to look me up on BGA. Just let me know who you are, so I don't think you're a crazy person. And you know, even then, if you're a crazy person who likes games, then you know we can negotiate. All right. So we have our submachine gun. Submachiner. I'm just gonna keep calling them submachiners because that sounds good. Now we have a machine gunner, which is one of these support dudes. This support dude. Oh, those are infantry guns. Machine gunner. Sorry, I need a specific tile here. Is going on D. And he says disrupt 1-3. I'm actually not sure what that means. Give me one moment. Yes, the asynchronous turns are the best part of car counters. of BGA. Okay. So, alright, so we place the support counter. We activate. You roll to see if it disrupts the defenders. It targets the highest floor in the post office with at least one defender it has line of sight to. Alright, so he is in a red and dark blue spot. So he's sort of facing the front of the building. So these two dark blue kind of purpley spaces or areas and this red area all represent the front of the building basically. So he's just shooting willy-nilly. Actually, if he's attacking the top floor, he would attack specifically the red ones up front. And, okay. Compare the result to the defender. Okay. If the result of the roll is a defender space that is empty, go to the next higher number, go to the next lower number, then roll a number of dice equal to the machine gunner's combat value. Good lord. Okay. So he's targeting, alright, he's targeting 1 through 6 over here, I think is what this means. I am using a double D6, so it's really a D12 that has numbers 1 through 6 twice. He's going for number 2. That cat is now disrupted. Which is unfortunate because he has a gun. Now I have a machine gun. Ho, ho, ho. You get 10 fake internet points if you can tell me what that's from. You should know what that's from. You should really know what that's from. It's from the best Christmas movie of all time. Right. Oh, okay. So, alright. So that's who he's targeting. Sorry, he doesn't get that automatically. And then we're going to do... Okay, we're going to roll a die based on the combat value. This is a little convoluted. Based on the combat value of the machine gunner, which is just 1, and he has to exceed 5. He has to hit 5 or higher. And okay, I didn't hit it, so nothing happens. Okay, all right. So, very good. We were able to get through that. We know how to do it again in the future. Basically, what happens when the machine gunner hits the table is that you're going to roll a d6 once to see which room he's targeting. It has to be somebody up front. So, let's say all these dudes were non-existent. He would target the next floor down and so on. You roll 1 through 6, and then you go by that room. And then he's going to target everybody in that room. He's going to roll a die based on his attack value. In this case, it's a 1. But if he became an entrenched machine gunner, I believe those are 2 and 3. So you would roll that many dice. And then if any of them exceeded the floor's defense value, which is marked over here, then they would be disrupted. If they're already disrupted and they get disrupted again, they're dead. All right. Got a little bogged down there. I apologize, but... it's fine, and we got through it, and we're going to keep moving. Die Hard, yes. Ding, ding, ding. I knew somebody was going to get that. There's no way somebody wasn't going to get that. I mean, I have to admit my Alan Rickman's not very good. May he rest in peace. Great actor. My favorite Alan Rickman movie of all time. And if you're new to the channel, by the way, and you're not used to the way that I usually roll, I do talk a lot about things outside of the game. I'm pretending as if we are sitting here around the table just having a chat, and I just happen to be playing a game that you can kind of follow along if you want. But if you just want to follow a conversation too, that's great. But my favorite Alan Rickman movie of all time is actually called Quickly Down Under, which is about... it's a Western, but it takes place in Australia. Stars Tom Selleck, also has Julia Ormond was her name? Osmond? Or I think it was Ormond. And the movie's fantastic. I love that movie, and he is classic, just classic Alan Rickman in that movie. If you haven't seen it, check it out. I think it came out like in the '90s or something, but I still love that movie to death. So it's something me and my mom definitely enjoyed watching. All right, so that was card number 3 out of 5. We're gonna move on to our next card. All right, now we have a leader out on the table. That's bad. That is super bad. Let me see if I can find this guy. Because of course I didn't take out. Oh, I didn't take out the leaders. That was silly. All right, well, give me a moment. Give me a moment. You can see the mess I have over here. We've got SS, MS, SM submachiners over here. More submachine guns. Where the hell are these guys? More SMGs. Alright, there's 2 of them. Guys, I'm so sorry. I should have pulled these out ahead of time. I was like, I mean, there's not that many different kinds of combat units in the game. But in addition to your so you have SMG guy, rifle guy, SS rifle guy, SS submachine guy. And that's basically it for your Tombstone is my favorite. As far as like Westerns go, absolutely. That's probably one of my favorite Westerns for sure. 310 to Yuma is also very good. The new one. I also like Unforgiven with Clint Eastwood. Oh, here we go. I found them. Alright, so Willer is the guy I'm looking for. Willer, perhaps? I don't know my German very well. Alright. So we have this gentleman. He's going to go... Oh, he's going to go directly here, so he's going to push the rifleman up. And now he's in this spot. Not good. And we have another leader who's going to be hitting the table. Another really great Western is 310 to Yuma. I think I just said that. Tombstone's very good. Unforgiven. True Grit, the new one with Haley Steinfeld and Jeff Bridges. Matt Damon as well. Very good movie. As far as like older Westerns, I really dig... I like a lot of the Clint Eastwood ones, like, you know, Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and like all that. But the one I would suggest is Two Mules for Sister Sarah. That movie's great. Also, The Outlaw Josie Wales is just fantastic. I'm not a big fan of remaking movies in general, but if they ever wanted to remake either of those, that would be fantastic. Those are both just really great. And I think Two Mules for Sister Sarah in particular would be amazing. There's this big attack on a Mexican kind of like a fort, like an army fort, and it was in the 60s, right? So it doesn't look great, but if they modernize it, it'd look a little bit better. But I don't want them to like lose the heart of the movie either if they did redo it. But that is something I'd like to see with updated stuff. Gortz is this guy's name. All opinions, by the way, reflect my own opinion, not the opinions of Salt and Sass Incorporated. All right, where is Gortz going? Gortz is coming over here. So we now have 2 rifle guys here. We've got a SMG fellow over here. We've got 2 commanders out, or leaders, as they're called in the game, and a rifleman here. So we've got mischief going on. Let's just say this is not good. Nobody's inside the building yet, but this is definitely a setup for shenanigans. Oh, you know what? I wasn't supposed to put all 3 of those grenades in the thing. It's fine. All right, well, I've done 5 cards. I've resolved 5 cards. Was I supposed to do something else when the guys come out? I believe you just put them on the table and move them. Yeah, you just roll to place the assault counter and then advance your assault counters. So, enemy phase. You will resolve 5 enemy cards from the current attack deck. Reveal 1 card at a time, resolving the effect before you move on to the next. And let's just go straight to... Something that I'm not super clear on is that in one spot it says that you're supposed to go through the entire deck. But in most of it, it seems like you only resolve 5 cards and then you move on. Represented by a deck of enemy cards. Each attack period is divided into a number of turns. Consists of 3... Yeah, it seems like there are 3 attacks. I mean, I guess we'll know by the end of the game if I just haven't played it right at all, but and just did 5 cards and didn't really seem to do a whole lot. Put some guys on the table, but that's it. All right. Well, we're gonna move to defense phase because that part seems clear. James says Quigley Down Under is great. It is great. Tombstone is great also. It is. I am prepping to paint a bit. See if I can get a couple minis done tonight. I am so overdue for painting. I need to paint stuff for my D&D session, which I should have done like months ago. We've had so many delays and like reschedules, and I still haven't gotten those done. And I feel like by the time, we show up, they're going to be like, hey, where's those miniatures you promised? And be like, what miniatures? I didn't say anything about miniatures. I think I'm just going to have to play dumb. Or maybe I should actually try to get them done. I don't know. Because I'd really love to do so many other things painting-wise. And that's just, if I can find the time to paint it at all. Right. Okay. So we're going to do our defense phase. We have a few options for actions. I believe I have a single sheet I can reference for that. Oh, I had a single sheet I could reference for enemy phase. Ba-boom. 5 enemy cards. I had a discard move from play. Certain cards removed. Okay. Right. So we can attack. We can suppress. We can recover. Or we can do a command. Or we can do a move. Cool, cool, cool. So pretty basic stuff. So we need to move around and do stuff. Elle is on her hero brush hour tonight, so I may have 2 streams running here shortly. I'm used to you being in everybody's stream at the same time, so that is a-okay. I totally get it. Tell her I said hello, hope she's doing good. Tangy Poo, I do not stream, just consume all the streams I can. It's true. He is... You know that movie that's out right now called Everything, Everywhere at Once? James Brazil is every stream, everywhere at once. It's true. What was I doing? All right, we're doing defense. So we've got 4 actions we can do. We can move around. We can pick stuff up and move things to certain areas. So, all right, we have a bunch of guys who are over here. The deck thing is really bothering me. How can it just be 5 cards? It can't be just 5 cards. It can't be just 5 cards. That doesn't make any sense. Otherwise, like, why would you shuffle the grenade into the thing if you're still not going to draw it? Because all these grenades are still just sitting in the deck. How are they ever going to hit the table? How are they ever going to move past that point if you just resolve 5 cards and then move on? That can't be right. It can't be. It cannot be right. That can't be it, I say. Move to a different floor. This is removing defenders. Clearing phase. I really wish Senior Thompson could have been here for this. All right, you know what I'm gonna do? Just so we can edit this out later. I'm gonna go ahead and move to a be right back. I'm gonna look at the rule book. I'm gonna give myself 2 minutes. If I can't find it in 2 minutes, I'm just gonna move on with the way that I understand the game, and it's gonna be good. I'm gonna give myself 2 minutes to figure it out, and we can sort of edit this, post stream once we put it on YouTube. But I want to try to figure this out. So I'll be right back. Good time to grab some water, get a drink, hug your dog, do whatever you gotta do. I'll see you in just 2 minutes. All right, be right back. Okay. I believe you actually do have to go through the deck. The reason I think this is because what ends the game, if ever you don't die, is that the fire truck goes on the bottom of the deck. You never go through the deck if you didn't play through the entire deck. So I think we do. I think we play 5 cards, resolve them, and then we, yeah, and then I think we do. We keep doing it until we move through the decks. That's how I'm gonna play it. Maybe that's the super long, super hard version. But all right. So 2 of those cards would have come out because they are leaders, and as soon as they are played, they go away. One of these grenades I need to take out because it shouldn't have been put in yet. Should have only been put in as they approach these barriers. 2 of the 3 barriers have been approached already, and once he gets here, we'll put in that 3rd one. But for now, there should only be 2 grenades here in this deck. James, I wasn't putting you down at all, buddy. I was just making fun a little bit. I think it's fantastic you support the community, and I know everybody appreciates you. All right. So we resolved those cards. We're gonna put the ones that we resolved that didn't leave the game entirely into a discard pile over off camera, and we're gonna do our actions. So because we have, okay, because we have people who are on the kind of the back side of the house, shooting them would be great. I think we should definitely attack. The only way we can attack these folks over here is from the sort of the back here, which makes sense because this is the back of the building. These cats are creeping up on the back. I don't know why they have them on the roof. They probably could have, I don't know, maybe it was just the way it, maybe they could have moved things over and around to make it look a little better, but it's fine. It's fine. It is functional. We get the idea. They are approaching the ground floor. So we want to shoot at them. We want to do an attack. And we're going to do that. We're going to do our very first attack. Let's see. So we have rifles. So here are the rules on the attacking. You can't shoot long range without a rifle. Most of them just have pistols and so on. Everybody in the top floor has a rifle. It's very smart. I guess they figured, hey, we can snipe from up here. Now, the guys in the front of the building aren't helping us at the moment, and we want to maybe get some rifles down to the next floor down. So, for moving, can I move the same defender? Do any following as a move. You move from one space to a different space on the same floor. Move weapon or ammunition tokens in their space, any other space on the same floor without moving the defender. Or you can move a defender from one interior space to an adjoining interior space on a different floor. Okay. And most folks can only carry 2 weapons and ammunitions as they move. Alright. So we want to get some rifle guys down to our second floor, I think. Although, you know what? I don't think we're immediately concerned with that. I think we just want to start taking some pot shots at the guys who are already out on the table. This guy is already at the barrier, but we have 2 guys here already at the barrier. So I'm thinking we need to start taking some pot shots at those riflemen, which is what we're going to do. Do they need ammunition? Defender must have a weapon token with a range designation to attack from the top floor or attack from the ground floor or basement against a support counter. Okay. Right. There was another rule for that, but do we also need ammunition for that, or is ammunition... Brothers Murph is raiding with a party of 49 raiders. Hello, everybody. Let me pop over here to chat really quick. Welcome, everybody. My name's David. Salt and Sass is typically Mandy and Suzanne, or Suzanne. I occasionally pop in and do things here or there, but they're both unavailable this week, so I'm doing a few solo streams. Tonight I'm playing a game called Soldiers in Postmen's Uniforms. Did I get it right this time? I got it right this time. I've been calling it Postmen and Soldiers Uniforms all week. But it is Soldiers in Postmen's Uniforms. It is about a Polish post office that gets attacked at the very beginning of the Second World War. We are fending off German troops, trying to keep everybody alive. We've got civilians, we got women, we got children, we got just normal people just living out their lives, just trying to make it happen. We're fending off Nazis from taking over this very important post office in Danzig. So yeah. The idea of the game is not to beat the Germans. The idea of the game is just to survive and get out as many people as possible, because they will eventually win the day, unfortunately. But we will try to get out as many folks as we can at the end, and that's the point. It's based on a actual thing that happened, and this is designed by Dave Thompson, who did War Chest and Undaunted. So yeah, welcome on in. What were you folks playing? I see Tim Rail down there. Hope you're doing great. Let's move back here to play. I saw you fellows were on earlier. I did not check to see what you were actually playing. I apologize, but I'm sure it was awesome. I'm sure you had lots of fun, and I really appreciate you popping in and visiting. And if you just streamed, if you're anything like me, you're not even listening at this point anyway, and that is A-okay. Usually after we stream and we raid over somewhere else, it's just like, I'm out, I'm done. I'm finished with my stream. I'm moving on with my day or my evening. So 100% understand. But anybody who came over, feel free to join in the chat. You're very welcome. Apologize for the glare over here. This is a very glossy board. Nothing I can do about that. I had to completely minimize the lights in the room, so unfortunately the exposure is not what I'd like either. Board's a little washed out, but I did what I could with what I have, so here we are. Yeah, so basically what we're doing right now is we've got some German soldiers. We have some riflemen. We have an officer over here, and we have a submachine gunner over here. I've just been calling them submachiners because talking is difficult sometimes. We also have a rifleman and another officer over here. They're a little more difficult to shoot at. So line of sight is based on color zone. So you'll notice at the very top up here, the front of the building, which matches these spaces here. This is our building, by the way. This is sort of like the interior, or represents the interior, 3 different floors. Red over here corresponds with the red here. We have just 2 white buildings here on the side, which corresponds to these white spots. We have a light blue, which represents the back of the top floor, which targets these spaces here. And then you'll notice on our ground floor and basement, the front is represented by dark purple, which really only corresponds to a couple spaces here on the board. And then the back of both the ground floor and the basement are represented by orange. And those really only correspond to these two, and then these 2 spaces as well for support things like machine gunners and all that stuff. So I'm not going to teach the game all over again. I'm kind of learning as I go anyway, I'm finding. So this is my first play of it. And yeah, pull up a chair. Join the conversation. We've been talking about Westerns. What are your favorite Westerns? Some of mine that I mentioned. Tombstone, of course, is a classic. 3:10 to Yuma is awesome. You know, that movie has Christian Bale in it and Russell Crowe, but I find Ben Foster to be the standout of that movie. That's the guy who's second in charge to Russell Crowe. He's so good in that movie, and I don't know how that guy doesn't get more work, because I think he's a fantastic actor. What else? So for older Westerns, I really like 2 Mules for Sister Sarah. That one's really good. And The Outlaw Josie Wales. Both of those are Clint Eastwood movies. Fantastic if you ever get a chance to watch them, if you like Westerns at all. But yeah, let me know what you like. If you don't like Westerns, that's fine. Let me know that. What kind of movies do you like? What have you been watching lately? All right, let's get back into this. So I think we need to take out some of these guys over here. And I believe I was just in the middle of looking up. Is chat updating? Because I don't see. Okay. All right. We had a bunch of people pop in and nobody's saying anything. That is very odd. Well, welcome anyway. If you're lurking, absolutely nothing wrong with that. Appreciate you. Glad you're here. Now, what I'm looking at very quickly is how to do an attack long range. Because I believe... Do you need ammunition, or do you only need ammunition when you're doing... Yep, you only need it when you're doing the suppress action. Just had to make sure. All right, so everybody on the top floor has rifles, which are these little circular icons here. Nobody except the good guy officers have them on the ground floor or the basement. And they have actual machine guns. I've already done my Alan Rickman impression from Die Hard. I'm not going to do it again. You can't ring that bell too many times, you know? You gotta make the most of it and move on. All right. So we're going to shoot at these guys over here. It has to be... All right, so here's what we're going to do. I believe this is how this works. This guy has an attack value of 2. He does have a rifle, so he can target these cats outside. Although, you know, we do have a machine gunner out front, and he's going to be a problem. Maybe we want to give some ammunition to some of these other guys. So we're going to use one action. I don't know if this is how this works, but I'm just going to give this guy all the ammunition. It's fine. He can keep the grenade for later, but we'll just give this guy all the ammunition. That's our first one. We're going to try to take out this machine gunner because he's going to be a big problem if we don't get rid of him. So he has a defense of 4. This guy has an attack value of 2, which means I can roll 2 dice. And as long as one of them is 4 or higher, he's out. So we're going to do that. I've got my double D6s. I'm going to roll 2 of them. I'll take my second action to target this machine gunner. That is a 4. So he's out of here. So long, farewell. Do I have to spend any ammunition for that? I don't think so. Actually, I think I do. I apologize. This game's got some... it's not too intricate on the rules. Must have a weapon token with a range designation attack from the top floor or to attack from the ground floor against a support counter. Okay. Stacy Everdell. This one caught my eye way back when I watched Liz from Beyond Solitaire tackle this. How did she fare? I like Liz. She does some really good... She makes really good content, I must say. Alright, so this fellow, I think, is going to shoot at... We need to get rid of some of these riflemen. He is now exhausted because he's done a thing. And I'm going to say he's exhausted. Do you exhaust for moving? I don't know, but we're going to say he is. And then this fellow over here is going to shoot. I'm going to go ahead and exhaust him at one of these riflemen. So the situation here, if you've just come in, is that we have barriers here. They're going to pile up there until a grenade hits, and then they're going to go bloop, 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 bloop into the building, and they're going to kill people along the way, and that's not what we want. We don't want anybody dead. All right, that's fine. This game came out a while ago. I'm a little late to the train, but I'm excited to be playing it tonight. If you ever play Legends of Andor, it's very similar to that. Like, they can kind of like leapfrog over each other until they're like in your castle, and then you're like, crap, game over. It's just like that. Now picturing Nazis like leapfrogging over each other. It's very much a Mel Brooks style of gag he might have done. All right, we're going to target this top dude. His defense is also a 4. He has an attack value of 2. Same thing. We did get a 4. Top rifleman is out. I'm wondering if we don't want to just go ahead and take out this officer over here. I think we do. Range plus... Okay. We don't want to waste the machine gun. So we're going to use this guy. We're going to exhaust him, and we're going to target this this officer. Now, the reason we want to get rid of officers... Well, first of all, we want to make sure nobody gets inside of the building, if we can help it. But we definitely don't want officers hanging out on the table because, or they call them leaders in the game, but you know what I mean. We don't want them out because if there's an officer out at the end of the cleanup phase, which is after our defense things over here, and there is anybody inside of the building, then we do an additional attack round, I believe. We'll get there. We'll get there. But we definitely don't want officers out on the table. Did not hit. We rolled a 1 and a 2. That's unfortunate. So we missed our opportunity to take that guy out. That is too bad. That was our 4 actions. Right. So we move past defense phase. We're in the clearing phase. We don't have any assault counters inside of the post office. There's a cleanup phase, isn't there? We need a cleanup phase. So we're not clearing anything. We're not clearing anything. We've already done that. When do we get the opportunity? I'm so sorry, folks. I swear I read this multiple times, but there is quite a bit going on. So the escape phase only happens at the end of 3. That is for ending the game. And unfortunately, all information is not maybe where it should be. As you complete the enemy phase, you're ready for defense phase. You move up to 4 defenders and take up to 4 actions with the defenders. Oh, you get 4 moves and 4 actions. Okay, so we actually get to do a few more things. Remove the move and action tokens from the defenders before moving to the clearing phase. You do any of the following. moving a defender does not exhaust the counter. Okay. So, but you still can't move and take an action with the same guy, but it doesn't exhaust them. But when do they come back? All right, so this dude is not exhausted. He actually just gets a move token on him. But it sounds like we can move 4 people and then do 4 actions. Technically that move was not one of our 4 actions. We could theoretically take another shot at the officer, but we'd have to use one of our post workers, our postmen's. I'm gonna do this instead. I'm gonna take this guy. Oh, we can only target this area. We can only target this area from the upper floor. And I don't think I want to move anything downstairs just yet. All right, well, this guy is going to take a shot. All right, here's our 4th action. He's going to take a shot at... Let's just do that rifleman. It's easier. But we're only rolling 1 die. So we have a 50-50 shot of taking out this rifleman. Rolled a 1. Fantastic. We have done a poor job of removing riflemen. Well, we did get rid of the machine gun, which is very good. And we got rid of... We got rid of the machine gunner and 1 of the riflemen. Okay, in addition, when there is suppress, recover. After moving a defender, place a move token on defender. Moving a defender is not exhausted. Actions after moving. After you take an action with a defender, place an action token on it. If you take an action and exhaust a defender... I really wish they'd clear this up for me, but... Holy Paula Deming, rolling luck, yeah. Alright, let's try to keep the pace up. Let's keep moving. We are moving into... What is next? Normally we'd have the escape... Or no, we don't do the escape until the final one. Assault counters inside the building. Right. So we're not doing clearing. Because none of the assault things are in the building at the end of the game. Alright. So I believe we keep pulling from this deck. Alright. So here we go. We're going to go back to the enemy phase. If anybody's played this before and can help me out with a question, that'd be fantastic. But if you can't, then I will... move on and just play as best I can. Are you kidding me? This guy is back? Alright. So the machine gunner I took out is now back. He's going to target the building again. Didn't mean to hit that. Alright, he's going to target this. And he has to do better than a 5. Of course I roll a 5 or better when the bad guys are doing it. So he does get that guy. He is disrupted, which means he can't do anything in the next good guy round, or defense round, or whatever they call it. Alright, we're going to get another rifleman. Oh, wrong die. I'm going to roll this die. Although it didn't matter, we could have done that one. Alright, so this officer is going to go on top of this rifleman. And this rifleman is going to go here. The reason this is a problem, once that barrier goes down for number 1, then, yeah, it's bad. Oh, you know what? Well, I can't fix it now, but made a small mistake, but I'll fix it once it pops up. Next card, another rifleman. I know, super exciting. He's going to hit the table. 4. So he's going to hit here. The SMG is going to join that rifleman. And there we are. One more card. Or 2 more cards, rather. Another machine gunner. Jesus. And the B spot. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, that's terrible. This is not looking good, folks. This is not looking good. And one more. Another machine gunner on A. No. A. Machine gunner from Canada. A. Alright. So that is their turn. These have been resolved. They're going to go back. Comes back to us. We get our action phase again. Maybe it's in between attacks. Is it in between attacks that I get to clear everything up? I really need to figure this out, or I'm going to be really confused for the remainder of the game, and that's not good. So talk amongst yourselves. Let me know what you've been playing lately. I've been playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I actually just finished up the story mode for that. It took way too long. Way too long. Oh my god, that game's too long. I like a good 30-hour game. Maybe 40. If you want to give me optional content in addition to that, like a DLC or just, you know, side quests or whatever, that's fine. But let me choose to, like, do that much content. I hit 100 hours just finishing up the main story. That's way too long. That's too much. Now, obviously, I enjoyed it because I finished it. But, you know, it's a lot. It's a lot. Alright, so attack 1, yada yada. Attack 1 ends at the end of the turn. The last enemy card from attack deck was played. Okay, so we do play the decks out. That's good to know. At the end of attack 1, remove all disrupted tokens from defenders and discard them to the supply. Flip over any defenders from their exhausted side. Discard suppression tokens to the supply. And discard all assault counters to the supply. Really? So for attack 2, do we put specific things out on the table? We do. Alright, so that was actually a very good thing to find. I understand what I'm doing now. Fantastic. Alright, so I'm going to play this a little bit differently then. Leaders, I believe, can flip over other units. I think they have to be on the same floor in the same color room. Okay? So I'm going to move this leader here, let's just say. I'm going to put a move token on him. But then he can't inspire these dudes to get off their butts and keep going. It's a problem. Because if you'll notice, I now have a lot of exhausted guys over here on this side that can't do anything now. They can recover so that they'll be able to do things later, but you know, I think moving him here was probably a good idea. Because I don't believe... So this interior is supposed to sort of represent like the hallway. That is the same floor, but I don't believe that matches the same color that these folks are on. And I want him to be able to do that in the future, because we've got a ways to go before we're going to get through attack 1. Right. So, alright, we're gonna do some actions. We're going to do some more moves. We do have a machine gunner up front, but you know what? We have freaking like machine gunners in the back, so I think we need to worry about that. He's going to move over here, okay? That's my second move. Do I want to move some cats downstairs? I want to get him out of the entranceway. And the reason I want to get him out of the entranceway is that if they bust in, although these guys are going to be coming in from this room, so I want to move this gentleman. Look at this distinguished gentleman. I'm going to move him there. He does not have a gun, but there is a gun in the room. Actually, you know what? I don't need to move the guns. I can just leave the guns in the room. They could use whatever gun happens to be there. So I'm going to move this cat over. Whoops. Need to leave that on him. I'm going to move this guy over. So now we've got more dudes upstairs that can take pot shots at these idiots. But not this turn, unfortunately. Because they cannot move and do an action the same round. Whoops. He did not take an action. He took a move. So I need to give him the right token. He's up here now. I'm going to recover him because I need him back on his feet. Although, if I do an inspire action, how many does that work on? Let's see. What do we got? We got command. It's actually called command. I apologize. So give 3 free immediate recover actions to defenders in the same colored spaces on the same floor. 2 of the 3 recover actions can be used in the same defender, so it's possible. Okay, I'm not gonna do a recover on him. Then I'll just wait until my next turn, and then I can go boom, 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 and bring back these 3 guys. Although, well, no, they just moved, so they're not shooting this turn. What do I do here? I could use the machine gun out the window. It doesn't use any of the ammunition. The ammunition is just to suppress. The way suppress works is that you put icons out on the table, and then you're able to sort of get a shoot for free action later. You can spend those tokens to shoot at anybody entering a certain area on the board, which is pretty nice. But I don't... Are we going to do that now? Are we going to do that now? What do you guys think? Should we do that now? Because if we put it here, right? If we put it here, then we can sort of maybe kill some of these guys trying to take a step through the barrier. They haven't made it through the barrier yet. But we want to, you know, once they do and they hit that spot, we can at least try to, like, keep them there or limit how many are going to move through. For example, if, you know, these two... If we can kill one of them, that will reduce how quickly they're going to march into the back and get into the basement. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm still trying to follow it myself. Right, so we've moved 3 people. We've only got 2 people that can actively shoot this turn because I don't know how to play this game correctly. So we have this guy, and he has the ability to suppress if I spend this ammunition token. I think I'm going to go ahead and do it. Let's go ahead and do some suppression. Help, help, I'm being suppressed. Place suppression tokens in empty assault space, line of sight 2, then discard ammunition token. Number of suppression tokens is equal to the combat value plus 2. Plus any bonuses on the character. So he has 2. He'd actually add 5 total. Sounds good? Fantastic. I appreciate the input and support. He is going to suppress, so he gets exhausted, I believe. Let me verify that. Does he exhaust? It does. Everything exhausts the defender. That is crap. That is garbage. Everything exhausts these dudes. We're like, oh, I need a nap. This is not the time for the nap, gentlemen. It's the time to wreck some fools. All right. Alright, so we're going to put 5 tokens down over here. So we can use these tokens to prevent these guys from getting into the building, hopefully. Right, I have one more move. Do I want to use it? I do. I'm going to move. Oh, I don't want to move all my good fighters out of the ground floor because that could get really messy. The ground floor is actually where all the civilians are. I know you can't see because of the glare, but our 3 civilians are in this room here, and they are the most important tiles on the table in terms of making sure they survive until the end of the game. They will decrease your morale the most if they die, and they will give you the most points if you're able to get them. If you're able to get them to escape at the end of the game. I have one more move, and I feel like I should use it. Let's put it on him, and we're going to move him up here. Let's try to pick up the pace a little bit. All right, so we've done our movements. We've done one action. I probably should have done the move first. I'm sorry. Only one guy can take a shot, unfortunately. At least at these guys. So I'm going to use this one. And I'm going to try to hit this officer. I don't have good odds. I'm rolling one die, and I need a 5 or a 6. This is against odds, but we need to make some momentum here. Yes! Pop! Right in his eyeball. Right in his freaking eye. Okay, that's out. He's out. He's out for the rest of the game. And he can't come back. That's cool, right? That's super cool. Super cool. I'm going to go ahead and use an action to recover this guy. I'm going to bring him back. He can't do anything else this round, I don't believe. I don't think you can recover and then shoot. Yeah. He gets so anytime they move, anytime they take an action, they get either a move or an action token. Makes sense, right? But once they have a move or an action token on them, they're then not able to take another action. Fair. They can't double move either, I don't think. I don't know, I'm not going to look that up, but no, I could actually see the benefits of doing that. I was going to say there's no benefit to doing it, but there would be, actually. Alright, we have one more action. We could unexhaust somebody else, or we can't shoot any more out of the back. This ammunition's gone, by the way. We'll just put it right there. That ammunition is gone. In order to do suppression again in the future, he would need more ammunition on his machine gun, but he can continue to fire at folks. So I could do one here. I could do recover on him to get this off, or I could give it to him and try to have him take out the machine gunner. Oh, but does he need ammunition for that? No, he just needs a ranged weapon. He just needs a ranged weapon. So he's going to take a shot. I got a 50-50 chance. 50-50 chance. Yes. Machine gunner is toast. And he's exhausted. He's like, oh my god. Shooting one bullet. It was too much. Yes. We're making progress. As long as we can keep that fool out of that spot, we'll be doing good. I now wish I'd moved this guy to one of these spaces, because we got plenty of things to shoot at over here, but it's fine. We still have no soldiers inside of the building. We're doing okay. Our barriers have not come down. That's a big part of why we're doing so well. We're going to move on to another round. Riflemen. One. Yeah, they're being nice for now, but will they continue to play nice? We'll see. Another rifleman. Jesus, this could go bad. 5. So that's going to go up. That's going to go up. And we're going to put another rifleman here. Okay, so because there's now somebody next to barrier 3, we're going to put another grenade. Shuffle it into the deck. Give me a minute. I got to reshuffle this. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. This is a shuffling song. That's the best I got for a shuffling song. Alright. So now we have 3 grenades in there. That's bad. That's super bad. Especially if 2 comes out. Actually, it doesn't matter. Well, 2 I'm not as worried about. It's 1. Because, bam, they're going to be on the ground floor. And they're going to be streaming through there. And that is no bueno. Oh, no. Oh, crap. Alright. We just pulled a grenade. This is removed from game. Barrier 3 is down. So, these cats, if they keep moving forward, are going to march into the ground floor from the gray entrance. What's the gray entrance? This is the blue entrance. Please tell me that's not an entrance. Is this an entrance? I guess it's this, and then they would be in the interior. Okay. That kind of makes sense. Yeah. But these two barriers over here are fine, and this isn't as scary as this is because these have multiple dudes on them. Over here, if I can take out this officer, that'll at least slow it down. This guy would, eventually whenever that guy moves up, he would just move here and they wouldn't push forward. Whereas over here, once they're able to go through, it's going to be multiple guys getting pushed in. And we don't need that. Stacy Everdell says, I got to call it a night. Have to do some adulting in the morning. Don't we all? Don't we all? I got to get up at 5 in the morning. What time is it now? 8:30? It's fine. It's fine. I do admit this started a little bit later in the evening, so yeah. Let's keep this moving. Oh, no. How did I shuffle these? All right. Well, there goes barrier number 1. So what is that? That's 4. 11:30 for you. Well, have a great night. Have a great weekend. And yeah, play some games. Have some good times. We have a machine gunner in a new spot. This could be really bad. In 3. Okay, not too bad. Nobody's entered the building yet. Still. So, thank God. Alright, that goes in our discard pile. So we have 2 barriers down now. 3 and 1 are now open. If anything else spawns here in 1 or 2, this is going to push forward. And these 2 are basically going to enter the building. We don't want that. So either we need to take out this to at least slow this down a turn, or at least get rid of the top guy on the stack. Probably the top guy on the stack, right? Okay, so all these tokens should have been cleaned off. Cleared off. All right. This guy is going to do a command action. Wait, can you do a command action? You can't command. No, you suck. I need this guy. All right, you know what? I'm an idiot. Let's just say I'm going to cheat a little bit. Instead of moving that guy last turn, we'll say I move this guy instead. He's up here. He can command. He can bring people back. I'm going to exhaust him. Wait, I should do moves. Am I going to do any more moves? I do need people on the ground floor because somebody's going to get in somewhere. Either somebody through 3 or somebody in 1. Because there's no way I'm going to take out this guy and both of these guys. And I don't have an easy way to do a suppression at the moment. So I think this guy is going to grab this gun. And he's going to head down here. Something I need to see is that once they make it to the ground floor, are they automatically in, or do they have to make another move before they're actually in the building? I'm going to say they have to make another move. So if he's here in gray and dark blue, he can actually shoot anybody at these 2 spots. We don't have anybody coming in 4 yet, but that'll be happening soon enough, I think. Although, if I put him here, he could shoot at anybody either in these 2 orange spots. He could shoot at these machine gunners, or he could shoot at somebody on the ground floor. entrance over here. So I think that's probably a better spot. We have two guys in here now that can take shots. Although he didn't need the gun to do it. There's already a gun in that room. But that's fine. It's fine. It's there for now. I can move that around later on if I need to. So that was move number 1. Which means he can't shoot this turn, but next turn he can probably help me clear some stuff out. Who else is going to move? I don't think I'm super worried about moving at the moment. These guys can't really do anything over here. So let's move. Let's actually say we're going to move some ammunition. I don't have to move the guy to do it, but let's move over here and put some ammunition there. And he's gonna join these fellas in the room. They're gonna stock up in here, and they're gonna wreck shop once they get the opportunity. This game makes sense to everybody. You can sort of follow what's going on. I hope I'm not just dropping tokens and saying things, and you're like, "What in the hell is this guy doing? This is super boring." If you need me to explain anything, or if you need me to make it more thematic, sing it to you in song to make it more interesting, I probably won't do that. I mean, you can ask, and that would be entertaining on its own. But if you have any questions about what's happening, please feel free to ask. Basically, what I'm doing right now, my strategy is to kind of like build up some forces over here. Although, you know what? It wouldn't hurt to move this guy. I'm going to move this guy up here into this room so he can also help shoot at people. Shooting at people seems good, right? And then we're going to use our last move. I don't know what the heck I put all this in here for. This needs to be over here, I think. All right, so movement's done. We're going to start doing actions. He's going to do a command move. And what that means is you can recover up to 3 people on the same floor, same color room, and these are all light blue. I can bring back all those people in one action. It's very nice. So they're all going to start just taking pot shots at dudes outside because stuff needs to happen. Apologize if you hear silly children outside. Silly children are going to be silly children. What can I do? Take a swig here. All right. April Marie, what is happening? How are you doing? Hopefully you're not waiting for me to take my turn in Sobek. Because I don't think it's going to happen tonight. All right. Kupka is going to... What's he going to do? I think he's going to take a shot at his rifleman. Is that what I want to do? It is what I want to do. I want to shave this pile down. So he's gonna do that. April Marie is my BGA buddy. Actually, earlier Tangipu and I were just talking about playing async games on BGA. This is one of my async game partners right here. All right, so we're gonna target this rifleman. He's going to roll 2 dice, and one of them just needs to be 4 or higher. And they're both 3s. Fantastic. So that didn't happen. We have 2 more actions. We'll use this guy. We're going to target the same rifleman again. We have a 6 and a 2, so this guy is gone. Yep, this game is called Soldiers and Postmen's Uniforms. Yes, Soldiers and Postmen's Uniforms. It is about a historical event in Poland, Danzig, Poland, at the beginning of the Second World War, where they were defending their post office against Nazi invaders, basically. They were able to hold out the day, so it was sort of considered a success from their standards. They were able to hold off a superior force, but the Germans did eventually burn the building down. Some of them escaped, some of them got taken captive, but yeah. There's actually a companion book that was written to go along with this particular game, which I think is awesome. I plan on reading that at some point soon, just so I have a little bit more insight into what happened. But we're basically reliving that day and just trying to fend off these Germans who are attacking from over here. Right. So I think we only have one more action. I'm going to shoot at this rifleman, or do I want to shoot at... Let's go for the officer. Let's go for the officer. Yeah, companion book. There's another one called Pavlov's House. I don't remember the name of the other one, but the designer Dave Thompson has done several games. I don't know if they're meant to be a series officially or not, but they're sort of a series of historically based games that are made by Dan. What is it? Dan Verson Games. So, right. We're going to go for this officer. 2 dice, 5 or higher. That one went off the table. 4. I should have just gone for the rifleman. I was greedy, but I want that officer off the table. I have taken all of my actions. We still thankfully don't have any bad guys in the building, but we've got grenades waiting for them. We've got dudes with guns. Hopefully, we can prevent them from getting here and making a mess. Blue token, blue token, blue token. And yeah, we'll leave those for next turn. Right, so we go straight to the next enemy phase, I believe. Rifleman. He's going to go on 5. That's bad. Oh, that's bad. So, here's what happens, kids. This rifleman is going to go here, which bumps that rifleman up here, which bumps this guy over here, which bumps this guy onto the ground floor. If that happens again, he will move into the building. He is in the building. And we don't want that to happen. Machine gunner is going to go into C. Where is C? C is over here. Oh, and then he activates... Gonna roll a die to see which room up top he's going to target. That went off table. 6. So he is targeting this fellow. And he needs to roll a 5 or higher. Okay, he doesn't get it. If he did get it, he would have just put one of those tokens on him, which prevents him from really doing anything. But nobody important is on that side of the building. I kind of did that on purpose. Submachine gunner is going to be coming out. Oh, no. Oh, no. Alright, submachine gunner goes here. Rifleman goes here. Rifleman goes here. This guy is now inside the building. That's super bad. Another submachine gunner. You gotta be kidding me. Come on. Come on. This is awful. This guy is now also inside of the building. That moves up. That moves up. That moves up. And he's there now. One more card. Grenade bundle. Oh. This is horrible. Alright. So we've resolved our 5 enemy cards. Those are out. This isn't looking good, kids. If you're not sure what just happened, so another barrier just went down, which means these guys are now able to get into the building. But if these guys try to march into this stack of suppression tokens, they're gonna get some hurt waiting for them. So not too worried about this. I am worried about these two guys now being inside of the building. That is a huge problem. Did we go offline? Are we still up? Are we still good? Anybody still in chat? Uh-oh. I think we're okay. Let me know if we're okay. I'm gonna keep moving forward as if we're okay. All right, let's pull this back up. I will assume that we are a-okay. We still good. Right on. All right, so we have moves and we have attacks. We have two guys now on the ground floor, and they need to get their butts kicked. We have three guys over here and two guns, which is not necessary, but they have two guns, so we can start shooting down the hallway at these fellas, and I think we're gonna do that. We need to do that because, yeah, otherwise they're gonna start killing people at the end of the turn, and we don't want that to happen. Do I need to move anybody? I don't think so, because I am just as concerned of clearing this as I am of getting rid of these two. I have two guns on this floor and three guys who can shoot them, or two guys that can shoot them effectively. And then I'm going to get two more shots upstairs. Although I'm going to have to use one of my actions to recover my commander. Oof. Alright. Let me do this. Let me move. Let me use one of my moves on him. He's my other commander. I'm going to put him inside room 1. He's going to take a grenade with him, because why not? I don't think I'm going to do any more moves, because it doesn't really make any sense. I am going to recover this guy for one of my actions. I'm going to use... Now, dude could actually throw the grenade at these two guys. Do I want to try that? He can actually end up getting himself killed, is the problem. If he misses, he can potentially kill himself. Does it say how to use grenades? No. Grenade bundle. Alright. Sorry, folks. Gotta reference the rulebook on how to use grenades. They act a little bit differently than the guns do. Grenades. Granadinos. Makes a separate attack roll using the combat value against enemy counter interior space. If the defender is also in the interior space, roll 2 additional dice for each attack roll. Makes a separate attack roll using it against each. Okay. If the defender is in the interior space and one or more of the attack rolls fail, roll 1 die. If the result is a 1, the defender becomes a casualty. Okay. So I'd have to roll a critical fail in order for that to happen. Rule check. Real Talk 727, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Welcome on in. We're playing a little bit of somebody in somebody else's uniform. Soldiers and Postmen's uniform. Or is Postmen and Soldiers uniforms? I don't know. I keep getting it wrong. It's one or the other. And it's going to be awesome. Yeah. So, all right. Here's what's going to happen. We're going to use the grenade. Going to spin the grenade, right? So, actually, I add 2 extra dice. So, I'm going to use 4 dice. No, I use 3 dice. Because he is only a 1 attack. So, 3 dice against this dude. He's triple dead. And then we're going to do 3 dice against that guy. That one rolled off the board, but it doesn't matter. That one's a 5. He is also dead and out of the game, coincidentally. Now, if I had missed, I would have had to roll 1 more time to see if he took himself out. But thankfully, this gentleman just took out both of those guys in one fell swoop. And that's what the grenades are for. All right, trying to keep my voice down. My wife is trying to sleep. I don't want to keep her up, although I believe she's probably still reading at this point, but shh, gotta keep it down. Legends, what's going on, my friend? Great to see you. Hope you're doing well. Right. We have 2 more actions, which is really good, because that means we can fire on some of these fools over here and keep any more folks from wandering into our humble abode. Now, I'm tempted to actually go after the SMG guys, because if I take these out, then that will slow down how quickly these 2 can walk in, and these 2 have higher attack values. So I want to get rid of them first. Yeah, so Soldiers of Postmen's Uniform, historical event. We're trying to defend a post office for a day. Just trying to keep everybody alive until we can try to escape before the German forces set fire to the building. Yeah, pretty cool so far. I'm enjoying it. I'm still on attack 1. I have a hard out at 9:30 because I have to go to bed. I get up at 5 in the morning, so hopefully I can make my way through. But I will need to probably knuckle down. It's probably not going to happen, but I will get as far as I can this evening. This fellow is going to take a shot. He's going to go for SMG guy here. And yeah, just need a 4 or higher. That one went off table, but doesn't matter. That's a 6. He's toast. We're going to let him attack, and we're going to do this again. This is a solo-only game, by the way. So this is only a solo scenario. If you really like, if you like war games, we want something you kind of just play on your own. Here you go. All right, and we killed the other SMG guy. We're actually doing pretty good on this track right now, although we still have plenty of machine gunners to worry about. Cool. So nobody's inside. We don't have to worry about doing a cleanup. A cleanup, by the way, is when the bad guys start killing your people. So, not good. All right. Resolve more cards. How many cards we got? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're gonna. I tell you what. There's 2 more enemy phases before the end of attack 1. What I'm gonna do? Okay, I'm gonna make this like a multiple parter. I'm gonna get to the end of this attack, this wave, and then I'm gonna call it. And then I'm going to finish this game at a later point in time. I'll do my best to save the board state. And then we'll have to come back to it at a later point in time. This takes a little longer than I was expecting, which is unfortunate. Had some rules questions here and there because I haven't played before. This is my first time. But I think I get it now. And I think next time I should be able to get through 2 and 3 in a reasonable amount of time. So let's get this rolling. And obviously, anything takes twice as long when you're playing it as you stream. So, but I'm glad you're here. You guys are awesome. All right, submachine gunner. He's going to 6. Okay, not a big deal. If we hadn't taken out these 2 guys, this would have pushed 1 more rifleman back into the building, which we don't want. He's exhausted, by the way. Pretty sure you have to exhaust to use a grenade. That just seems like a rule. It should, yeah. I think this game's been out for a little while. Where did I get mine from? I believe I got mine from Game Nerds. I get most of my stuff from online game stores, but your local store may have it. I don't know. But it's definitely available. It's definitely out there. I don't think it's too hard to find. It's just not everywhere. All right. Another machine gunner. Oh, that's bad. That means we get an entrenched machine gunner. Well, there you go. All right. Machine gunner emplaced, rather. That's super bad. All right, so he's going to target the top floor. He's going to attack room 4. There's nobody in there. I believe it just moves down, which means he's going to be targeting this guy, which is not good. He may actually kill this guy. Oof. Yeah, he's using 3 dice. 3 dice, one of them has to be 5 or higher, and he's going to kill that guy. Yeah, that's too bad. I should have cleared this token off of that guy. So what happens is he adds these disruption tokens. If you can see that, if they already have a disruption token on them, then they get murdered. So our morale is going to go down by 1, unfortunately. This fellow is now deceased. We'll put him over there. Yeah, I probably should have used an action to clear that disc off of him. That's too bad. Wasn't really expecting a entrenched machine gun to hit the table. But that's how it goes. Oh, no. So that's the same thing is going to happen again. Not good. Ooh, I want to play Familiar Tales. And also, Reef is a very good game. Right. So, what room is he going to attack for? Oh, okay. Well, he's going to attack this guy. None of them are over 5, so he doesn't get hit with anything. Thank God. Thank the baby Jesus. Another submachine gunner. Good Lord. 1. Uh-oh. Alright, so we have a rifle there. Rifle here. And a SMIG over here. SMGs, submachiners, machine gunnists, whatever you want to call them. Heinrich is now on the table. The Siege of Rundar. Very interested in that. It's a Reiner Knizia game. And it doesn't look like his usual jam, although I have to say over the last couple of years he's really broken out of his normal mold, and done some really out-of-the-box things for him. So I'm really curious about that game. Let me know how that is. Three Sisters is good. Sagrada's good. You're so hooked on Siege. I'm going to have to pick that up. Have you, I assume you played solo? How was it? So I assume it's good solo. Wizard of Oz Adventure Book. That sounds interesting. And Wonder Book. I'm not familiar with either of those, but they sound good. And Sagrada's a good time. Heinrich goes to 3-4. All right, so now we're gonna watch something in action here. I've played it 8 times, playing 2 hands. Okay, is that the only solo mode they have for that game, or can you play like an actual solo mode? Three Sisters isn't on BGA. I'd offer to teach that to you, but I'm probably going to be playing that on stream soon. Alright, so here's what's going to happen. Heinrich's going to come here. The SMG guys are going to come here, and now these guys are going to start pouring onto my suppression tokens. So I have 5. What's in this stack? I'm going to spend 2 on this rifleman. He's dead. I'm going to spend the last 3 on the SMG guy. That was kind of off the board, but it's a 5, so I'm just going to cheat and say it counts. Although it doesn't matter, I just needed a 4 anyway, so yeah. So the only one that made it through that little suppression blitz was the rifleman. So we're not doing too bad here. If I hadn't taken out those guys, it actually would have gone boom, 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 and then we would have had somebody come in through this entrance here, which would not have been fantastic. Best followers, primes. Oh, jeez. Hold on, we got Mooks to block. Coming in here, stinking up the joint. I need to help her clean up some of these commands. And some other things. Okay. Alright, that's dealt with. Right. So this isn't too bad of a situation at the moment. Actually, no. That would come in through here. I do need to keep my eye on that, though. Alright, that is the last 5 cards for that. Need to take my action tokens. That's right. And then bop him on the head. You know, I think I cheated earlier inadvertently. It says that it gives you free recover actions. Does that mean they come back with no tokens on them? That can't be. It wouldn't make any sense. It has to be free. It has to be free. I was going to say it's free. Free, free, for free. Alright, so I'm going to use this guy's ability, his command ability. I don't think I'm going to move anybody. I think I have what I need where they are. I'm going to use his command ability. He's going to flip this guy over. And this guy over. And this guy over. I'm going to use an action to unexhaust this guy. Which means he can't do anything this turn, but he will be available next turn. I'm going to use these 2 to target some folks. This rifleman and that rifleman are probably my best targets. Kupka. Kupka. King Koopa. Let's call him King Koopa. King Koopa is going to target this rifleman. Oh, no, he can't. I can't do that. He is not in the right spot. The only ones who can target those 2 gentlemen are in this room. So, sorry, King Koopa. We'll use this fellow. We'll use my 2/2. So he'll target one over here. He's out. And then this guy is going to target that one. He's out. And these 2 are exhausted. And those action tokens, we can just leave them there till next turn. I think we're fine. All right. One more round, and then we're going to wrap this up for the night. But as I said, I will finish this game up at a later point in time. I'm having a lot of fun with this. I think it's a great game. It's a lot of fun. I don't know what the replayability is because it's kind of the same thing every time. But you know, it's just an interesting scenario. I think it's a really great addition to anybody's catalog if they enjoy solo games. Obviously not one you would play a lot of or you get kind of tired of it. But I think the system as is very interesting. So, all right, let's finish this deck up. Rifleman, where's he going? He's going to 3. All right, that's a problem. During our next attack phase, we should try to take out Heinrich, just to sort of break this chain of ants marching in the back of our house here. Siege of Rundar is I definitely need to add that to my list. I have a few games that I want to buy, but I'm trying to play the ones that I've already got. Spirit Island is happening soon. Well, I'll talk about that later. But right, what else is happening? Another rifleman. Where's he going? He's going to 1. Okay. They are persistent, I'll say that. Another machine gunner on A. Crap. Which means it is the emplaced machine gun. He's going to target one of the rooms upstairs. Number 6. Okay. And then he's going to fire 3 dice. And he needs a 5 to hit. And he doesn't hit. Really lucky. I've been very lucky on dice rolls so far. Thank you, RN Jesus. All right, one more rifleman on 4. That's bad. Because now we have... Oh, no. No, I should have thought of this. He's going to kill this guy. I should have moved him. Why did I not move him? Alright, well, he's dead. I don't take a morale hit, but he does kill that dude as he's coming in that entrance. Wow, that stinks. Rifleman. What kind of special powers do you think Rifleman would have? Does he just have a rifle? Submachiner. Submachiner. Where are you going, Submachiner? 2. Oh, great. Where are you going? You're going through the ground floor, through the entrance. So now we've got 2 dudes inside. That's a problem. And a submachine gun guy over here. Now, it is imperative that we kill these 2 by the end of the round. Because if we don't, there is an officer outside, and we will just pop straight into... Although, no. How would that work? So if we're at the end of the... Here's what normally will happen. Normally what will happen is you pop straight into another attack phase without cleaning anything up. And then, yeah, you have to deal with more dudes on top of this. You don't want that. But it's not going to be a problem because we're going to take these 2 idiots out. But we're going to move first. The problem is we can't move anybody and then have them attack in the same turn. This guy can use a grenade. That guy has a gun. And then that guy has a rifle. Well, it is all up to you, friend. You're going to need to just shoot freaking gangbusters on this rifleman down here, or we're going to have a real problem. Of course not. Of course not. Actually, let me retract my turn a little bit. Let's move one of these guns over here. Have I played Undaunted Normandy? Yes. Although I've played the other one more. But yeah, same designer as this game. Dave Thompson. Also did War Chest and other things. Let's say... Let's really cheat. I mean, we've already started, so let's just go bananas. Let's say he actually used his move to put the extra gun over here. He needs to get out of that entrance, by the way. Because, well, no, it doesn't matter at the moment. Alright, so he's going to roll 2 dice. That's what I get for cheating. I had no success. He didn't move this turn. He moved last turn. He's just going to throw the grenade at a 2 value. Alright, took him out. He's gone. And the grenade's gone, unfortunately. That's not the way you want to use your grenades. That was unfortunate. He exhausts. Yep, same designer. Exact same designer. This rifleman... We're going to use this guy. He's going to target. He's going to shoot with 2 dice. Please die. Yes, he's out. We have one more action. I'm going to try to get rid of Officer Guy, because officer guys are no good. What is he in? Light blue? Doesn't matter. We'll use King Koopa over here. King Koopa is going to make a shot at Heinrich. He's a 5 or higher on 2 dice. Got him. Fantastic. That is the end of the first wave. Certain things are going to reset. I will take a picture of this so I can save it for another day. and we'll continue from that point. Pop over to chat here. Hope you enjoyed that. I enjoyed it. Hopefully it was clear on the board what it was I was trying to do. Basically just trying to keep these guys from marching in the back door and just walking right people and murdering them on the way in. Unfortunately, we lost somebody we didn't have to because I didn't move him out of the way in time. And, I didn't use my move tokens every time, so that's really on me. We've got heavy machine guns on the back of the building. That's not good. So we're definitely going to have to make it a point to get rid of those as we move into later attack waves, or that's just going to continue to be a problem, especially as we get more in the front. I think it's weird that they don't attack otherwise. It seems like they just attack when they initially come in, but they don't do anything else unless I miss something. Maybe when the card comes back up again in a later wave, you're supposed to attack with them again. I don't know. We'll see. But, this is soldiers in Postmen's uniforms. I'm going to have to keep looking at the box cover every single time, and you can see my ring light. Hello, ring light. But yeah, I dig this. I think this is a really cool game. I'm enjoying the solo of this. I mean, solo's all you got for this game. But I don't think I paid more than, I don't know, $25, something like that for this. So not an expensive game at all. And I think for the amount of money that you're paying, and considering it's coming from a small publisher, I like the production of it. I think it's fine. You'll probably want to sleeve the cards. They're not great quality, but I mean, I've certainly seen worse. They're not like pieces of, thin paper or anything like that. Tokens make everything clear. I know what I'm looking at when I'm looking at the board. You actually have pictures. If you could see that. You have pictures for all of the people on the different tiles. And the names of these people, I don't know if these are actual pictures of these people, so I won't say that. But the names are supposed to correspond to the people who are actually here on the day that this occurred. So I think that is super neat. I like the theme of it. I mean, it's not a lighthearted theme, right? It's not like you're playing Creature Comforts or Meadow or anything like that. But if you're gonna play a war, if you're gonna play a war game, this is the kind of like war game that I would play. It's solo. It's not about you're not playing the oppressors or the colonizers or anything like that. I think this is really cool, and I definitely want to finish this up soon. I'm pretty sure that now that I have the swing of how to play, I'd be able to do the waves 2 and 3 in less than 2 hours with no problem. The box says the play time is supposed to be an hour. Maybe if you really know the game, but I think that's a stretch. Ask the local game store to order it. Yeah, do it. I'd love to hear what you think about it. What's coming up soon? So Tuesday, or Sunday rather, I'm going to be playing Spirit Island. I'm going to be playing it on PC, just because it's easier to manage and set up and all of that stuff. But that'll be in the afternoon. Haven't figured out what time. We've got Easter stuff going on, so I got to figure that out. But follow me on Twitter at Eclectic Camel, and you'll be able to see what the schedule is going to be. We have a raid of 6 people. Geek Girl Con is raiding. So what's happening, friends? If you're confused about why you're seeing my face on screen, I know you're probably expecting Mandy and or Suzanne. Mandy and I are friends. We have streamed together for over a year now. They're both out of pocket for the week, so I'm filling in doing some solo streams. And tonight we played some soldiers in Postmen's uniforms. But welcome on in. We're actually about to take off, but man, tonight has been awesome. Lots of people popping in, lots of people in chat, lots of folks watching. It's been great. I've enjoyed this. It's been such a great experience. I played Ares Expedition on Tuesday, and I don't know what it was, but I was so off. I felt so off the whole night, and I felt bad when I got done with it because I'm like, man, that was crap. It was definitely not my best. But it feels good to come out of that and then come into this and feel really good about it when you're done. So thanks so much for everybody for popping in. That's a shame. Glad y'all had a good time, though. Yeah, thank you so much for popping in. Let us know, what did you play? We got a couple minutes. What did you folks play? What did you do on your stream? I'd love to hear about it. We've just been talking about, solo games and westerns and Dave Thompson and all of his cool games, and yeah, it's been a great night. Or not, that's cool. But yeah, feel free to follow the channel. Pop back in sometime. You can always contact me at Collect the Camel on Twitter. Let me know what you were playing. Always up for interacting with people there, here, or anywhere. You guys are awesome. Thanks so much for popping in. Let us find somebody we can jump in on. Cloud Gardens. How is that? Oh, looks like we're already following you. Fantastic. Critical Role. No, I don't want to do that. Hold on a second. I gotta find somebody I can raid. If anybody has any suggestions. Looks like Ambi is it. So we're gonna pop over to say hi to Ambi. Be nice. Say good things. Throw some love her way. Cloud Gardens is super chill. It's all about growing plants over rundown places. That sounds awesome. There's a game called Four Gardens that I really want to play, but it's a different thing entirely. But thanks for letting me know, and hopefully we'll see all of you again soon. Bye, everybody. Have a great week.